For example, your family, your personal interests, the education system, and the state of your psychology, like your psychological state. So, for example, if you are happy, you are unhappy, or that's the easiest way to explain that. However, the psychological state have one of the last impact on your buying decision. So sometimes if you talk within the impact of the environment with at the locations, you might have some psychological decision that actually have nothing to do with your personal life or even the social impacts throughout you. It's just like within that second, you consider the state of mind that you do not want to purchase, or you have something else within that mind that moment that influence your consumers' behavior. So for the culture's influence, it comes with culture, subculture, social class. So if you take a look at the cultural, it's the and go through the definitions of cultures that we had before. But for subcultures, which mean the new cultures that you get updated within your life. So, for example, I was born and raised in Vietnam for 18 years. And then I have 4 years of my life living in Finland. So I understand the living culture, the consumer behaviors, or even the lifestyle of Finnish based on the group of friends around me in university. So that is subculture that I got access to. Social class. Social class is come with a lot of divisions in which we talk about the society surroundings or social class could be in more details. In the past, it will really distinguish between different level within a society. However, nowadays, most of us come from the background of the middle class. So it became quite excessive and accessible for the understanding for the same social class. So as you can see here, some typical cultures throughout the basic value perception, the behaviors learned from family and other important institute within a society. So the culture of Vietnam could be affected by the basic value within the Vietnamese society. Like respect others. Some other societies, some other culture do not have the perception for respecting elderly, especially within language, right? So in English language, as you and I, however, if you try to translate the English language of you or I to Vietnamese or to French or to Korean, Japanese, these cultures actually have these basic value based on their language for the perception and respect for cultures. So we do have different perception came from that basic value from your language. So the subculture is what you get adapt. The new culture came within your life. So like for example, as you can see, we had the rappers communities or the communities of sharing the interest of cooking via Facebook, the the community that share the same interest of no, not interest, but maybe the same background of studying in Hanoi University, so that the community surround you within your life would be able to be accessed or to connect with a mutual interest or mutual meaning within with others. Social class refer to the society's relatively permanent and order divisions. Within the social class, it could be divided based on based on income and based on your work, age, income, work, or your backgrounds. So the social influence, it comes with the group and opinions later, family, or different roles within a society. For these group, as you can see here, we come with membership, aspirational reference. So if you take a look at the group of membership, for example, like within a community of people who purchase the same membership of a gym or have the same aspirational interest. So you are also enthusiastic uh, about the sky. For example, I have friends who are so aspirational about the sky, the sun, the stars. So as I remember, back in high school, there was one time that he shared with me that his dream is to live in the mountain, to be able to discover more about the moon and the stars. So that's the aspiration, or a group of friends or a group of a community share within themselves. Reference. So the group of reference, it come with the group reference around you. So you go to purchase, or you are going to purchase something. Then within the group of reference around you, for example, your family, your friends, or even the group of reference online. Nowadays, within the development of technology, we learn the fact that it is easy to get access within the reviews online, or there are even several review platforms just for a review platform, just for evaluate the quality of movies. So all of them come with the group of reference. Opinion leaders. The opinion leaders surround you. For example, you ask something regarding marketing and regarding the career in marketing. You come to me because I did have the experience on it, and I have worked within the industry for a long time. So you come to me as an opinion leader. You will ask for advice from someone with good experience and someone you respect. So that come with the opinion leaders. So the marketers apply a lot of theories, benefit, and understanding by optimizing the key opinion leaders into their marketing. So if you take a look at this here, these are two examples of the opinion leader. The S-Ship Kitchen family from Phanang S-Ship and Cho Bui as the membership or the key of the mutual the group of what's that called, as the key opinion leaders came from a specific characters online. Usually, it came with online, especially within the development of social media. A lot of them became popular members or a hot topic within their online communities. Families. You are raised, born, raised, and educate within your family environments. So the the family's environment show the perception, the expectation, and also your psychological mindset within the within the development of your family. So, for example, the family came with education backgrounds, with mm, traveling experience, with the expectation or with the characteristic of your parents. So these all of these have a huge impact on how a kid perceives the world. Social roles are the expectation on us. So the um, the funny things about these perception, the social roles, the perception of the social roles usually came with some specific careers or specific uh, class or specific achievement. Sorry. Some specific achievements that someone could get or within our society. So as you can see here, a professor wears short to teach. Is it good or is it creative? Is it creative as a good thing, or is it a horrible example for educations? Or if I came to class wearing crop tops and jeans, what do you think? So that the perception of us based on our career, that because we're doing education, we're supposed to show a good example for educations. So if I remember before, if I just work in an agency before I start my career as a lecturer, I did dye my hair, um, or I did dye my hair with multiple light colors. However, since I start my career in education, I had the perception that yes, I still can be creative, I still can dye my hair, but I feel the social perception of stop dyeing my hair too light, because it could affect the perception of you as my student about me. So that's just my early stage of education. Nowadays, I do dye my hair. I don't really mind anymore. But at the beginning of my career, I did have this perception to adjust with the social expectation of a teacher. Personal influence like your age, your life cycle. Are you in the stage of beginning your life, as the beginning your adult life, or are you at the stage of retirement? The income, occupations, lifestyle. So someone would have a really indoorsy lifestyle in which they enjoy the life uh, within their house. They build a really cozy life within their home. But it could have someone else like with the lifestyle of traveling around the world, right? So these are the lifestyle that have your as show your personal influence to your decision making process. self concept, or personality. People respond differently. So, different personality characteristic, it will definitely have a huge impact on your purchase process. So as you can see here, we have several age or life cycle. Before 2025, it usually come with the dependent stage in which you would depend on your parents to or your adult, the adult within your family to survive. So you lease or you sponsor or you paid someone else who paid for your fee. The next stage come with from 30 to 35, in which this is the micro family stage, or they said it here is married with kid. But I usually call these as the micro, not micro, but mini families, in which at this time the parents are still really young, and the kids are also just a few or like also really young as well. The next stage is 35 to 45. Now with growing kids, 45 to 55, it comes with the kid that the kid is going to college, and then the next stage of retirement, like approaching retirement and then retirement. So these are different stage or life cycle. So within these life cycle, each stage, different behavior, different lifestyle, and different perception. So the lifestyle classification, it come with upwarding mobile ambitious. This group would usually searching for a better affluence lifestyle, principally with better paid or more interesting work, higher material standard of living, social, traditional, sociable. So this come with the compliant conformity in to group norms, bring social approval assurance to individuals, and these are the group of stress in which is come with security and status seeking. A lot of my friends hit this stage as a midlife crisis approach closer, especially from the age of 26 to 30 or sometime older. The security and status seeking process is when you start stressing about the safety and the consistency of your life, or the perception of a social status, like peer pressures. If you go to TikTok a lot nowadays, please take a look at the definition of peer pressure. I have found a lot of funny videos on TikTok regarding that topic. So please take a look at it. I highly recommend it, and it seems to be really interesting. And the last one is the hedonistic preference. This one is the emphasis for enjoying life now and immediate satisfaction, one on it. So this lifestyle usually come with the keyword of YOLO. Anyone do not know what YOLO means? So please, if you do not know, please take a look at what the definition for YOLO, and you'll see why I'm taking YOLO as an example for hedonistic preference. So this is one of the rising trend in Europe, small space living, so tiny house trend, because of the rising cost of the energy, especially. This trend will become more and more popular after the current crisis. from Russia and Ukraine. And also the mortgage crisis, trouble with economy. So all of these usually come from the macro situation. So people are deciding to have a tiny home to reduce these costs and maximize and enjoy life to the best. So, for example, I'm actually the I did actually experience this trend. So I remember when I first had my when I first moved out from my parents' family, from my parents' house. I did have a space that had two rooms because I thought that, yeah, my friends could come over, or I could have parties, or I could have more space to just have a big house. Seems quite good. So I did have a bigger apartment with two rooms and a separate kitchen. Everything looks spacious and look nice. However, after a year of living there, I realized it became really it became really troublesome for me because it's just too big. It costs a lot of energy, and the fact that I do not live at home a lot. So the I feel like let's move on to a smaller one like studios. So I do not I do not need to spend too much time on keeping the house running. Instead, I just enjoy my life to the fullest by utilizing this space within the studios, and well, I do not have to pay too much for just maintaining the house, and I do not have to spend a lot of my time to maintain the house. Just quite exhausting. So that these type the trend for small space living. AIOs is a list of activities, interests, and opinion surround someone. So it could come from your studying, your technical activities, your vacation, your sport, and it's a combination between with your current interests as well. So, for example, if you are your current interest is listening to podcasts, then the trend and opinion based on will be based a lot on the channel of your favorite podcast. Okay, your personality type. Please go home and take a look. This is an interesting topic, an interesting slice for you to discover more about yourself. However, what we use as marketer here is not about understand yourself, but understand your potential customer. Okay? Your self concept. I remember I do have a friends who travel to Nepal almost every year to find the relief and relax within his mind. So that the self concept that he have within that for that specific location, he visit that temple almost every single year, and just stopped due to COVID-19 2 years ago. Psychological influence, your motive, the perception, process, learning, and attitude. So within your motive, there are several stages based on the Maslow hierarchy of need. So as you can see here, the psychological need, it comes with something that you need something to survive. Like you need food, You need clothes to survive. You need clean waters to survive. And for safety and need, you have these. You have a home to feel safe. You have what's that? What something else? Usually you have a home to feel safe. You have a school. No, not school. This is usually come with you need a home to feel safe. And for the next stage is social need. In this stage, you um you need families surround you. You need your friends surround you. You need a group of societies that have the impact for your daily psychology stability. So that's for social need. Self-esteem. At this stage, now you need a recognition. So within your society, you want to have a specific recognition for yourself, like the popular one, the hardworking one, or the happy one, the cheerful one, so that the position or specific position within the society that someone used to define you. However, with the esteem need, it usually be a positive for a specific win. So, for example, you are the most hardworking among all, or you are the one that achieved the highest score. So that's the esteem need. And the last one is self-actualization. At this stage, you do not talk about daily life anymore. Self-actualization is a stage when people actually think about like the Miss World final questions, saving the world, understanding the deep mindset of human beings, something like that. So the last stage of self-actualization is usually come with the you will see that a lot of the macro word is used, and they talk a lot about um, I still remember my teacher used to joke about this self-actualization stage. Is now you are thinking of moving toward another stage of God. So the perception within yourself, the perception is it's called select, organize, and interpret what you think of someone or what you think of a topic. So I still remember my youngest sister. She always had this perception that whenever I give her something, she need to be careful with that because I made jokes a lot regarding I made joke a lot about hers. So whenever I give her something, she choose what she want, she keep what she want, but she also interpret what my intention of giving her a present, so that the perception based on her own lifestyle, or the perception of her about me, because I joke a lot. So she interpret my present as a way of making joke. If anyone here have a sibling, please take a look at that, and you will understand what I'm sharing here. And the next one we came with the okay. Anyone at this stage, do you have any questions for me? Yes? No? Everyone, are you still in class?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
So, if in class, I'm checking attendance now. Please send number one to the classroom group chat to check the attendance today. So we'll have a break for about 3 minutes. So within these 3 minutes, please send number one to our class public chat. Okay, great. So I know that everyone is still here. I know our class have more than 100 students, but still, I would expect that you would be able to send a message to show that you are still in class and you're still here with me. Okay, thank you very much for sending the attendance, checking the attendance for me via the group chat. So, what we'll do, let's move on to the next part for our lecture today, as we already have about 3 minutes break now. So, for the perceptual process, we take a look at the selective attendance. So, within your perception, the specific attendance you have is quite selective based on your personal differences. So, come back to the example of me giving a present to my younger sister. She would be quite, or my mom would take a look at, my mom would pay attention to um, what present are you buying? Or are you, or is it a good one or is it an expensive one? So that's my mom's perception. So the attention she had would be different from my sister. My sister's attention was, oh, that's great. What do you get me? Is it a job? So that came with the selective attention from just two people surround me, right? So based on the perception and the knowledge they do have of me as the present givers, they would have different attention during this process, and selective distortion, quite similar, and selective retention. So the perception is a mix between these three perceptual process. slides. Sorry, let me move the slides quickly. Or maybe I accidentally stopped my slides. Okay. So as you can see here, selective attention is a tendency for people to screen out the most of the information which they are exposed. So the selective attention is also a process that we within the education system has been trained for it. And you should be trained for selective attention, in which within, for example, if you read through the Principal Marketing textbook, you will feel extremely crazy about someone reading every single page for that book because it's just too long, right? So the selective attention came with the skill for scanning, skimming, and select the most of the information for our purpose, of which now is education. Selective distortion, tendency to interpret the information the way that will support what they already believe. It came with barrier distortion and pincution distortion. So this is a way we have this. This is a way we see a problem or a situation based on different point of view or different beliefs. Selective retention came with the retaining information that support the existing attitude or belief. So as you can see here, general recall, brand recall, message recall, or likability based on the online, and these are the number of online video ad outperformed TV ad. So this is the perception of people, right? The next one is learning, change the consumer behaviors arising from experience. So learning, it could come from the education system or from your daily life. Because as human beings, we are learning every day. You are learning something new from your friends. We're learning something new from your father's cookings today. So that the learning within your daily life experience change the perception of your change your behavior, belief and attitude, in which we have the belief will come with the belief, judgment, action or non-action, and then result. So usually the behavior that you are showing in real life actually is just a representative of what your personal belief, like the tip of the iceberg. So, for example, you believe in karma. So, you have this trust of if you do something bad, a bad result will come back. So that's the basic understanding of karma, right? So that's your belief. So in your daily life behaviors, you will have this tendency to reduce doing, thinking, or having any action that is not well behaved because of your belief. Belief and attitude came with several layers. It could be behavior change, skill, knowledge, motivation, attitude, and values, and beliefs. However, all these stage would have a connection within themselves. So, as a human being, we always had this connection from your belief to attitudes. If you take a look at the characters in the movie of Young Sheldons, you will see Young Sheldon, or maybe you can take a look at the Big Bang Theories as well. But for me, I really like the analysis came from that they show within that show for belief and attitude based on human life. So different stage, different characteristic, different background, or even mutual backgrounds, but having to show different stage. Sheldon that show a lot of these show every single stage within this belief and attitude circles. So please take a look at that movie or that show if you have some time or you would like to improve your English. And then I would love to, if you, I would be really interested in if you share with me the finding you have found based on the characters, based on the characters, different layers of belief and attitude. Really interesting case. High involvement. So, what do you expect? What is the long term involvement of a product? So, for example, you purchase this chair or you purchase a wedding dress. It's a high involvement for a high expectation of long term branding. Not it could be long term usage, but I usually say it's long term branding because you do not use a wedding dress a lot of times, but it comes with a long term consequence of your personal branding if you choose a horrible one. So it's the high involvement process or low involvement process, which means you do not need to care about the branding, you do not care about the quality that much, or it could be replaced easily in case of shortage. So you may care about the brand, but if in a short period of time or if you are busy or in an urgency, you have the tendency to choose something convenience. This rule apply also with food and markets. So, if you take a look at these type of buying decision behavior, it could be the involvement or brand difference. So, if we talk about the high brand difference but low involvement, it could be the variety seeking, or if it come with a high involvement, it come with the complex. For the low brand differences is and low involvement is habituous, and with high involvement it come with the dissonance reducing. So these are the type of buying decision behavior. So just take a look at this table, and you'll be able to analyze the stage of your customers' buying behavior and which belong to where. So the first one, shampoos. Where do you think it belongs to within this process? Anyone? If you have an answer for this one, please open your mind and you can share with us. What do you think of the shampoo conditioner set, chewing gum, supplements, health supplements, and a laptop? Anyone? The habit tours, yes. The if you take a look at the shampoo, let's take a look. Is it low or high involvement? Anyone can turn on your mind and share. Is it a high or low involvement? Everyone? Anyone can open your mind, share. Okay, so this is it could be your homework. This is your homework. Please send me a message. What do you think of these 4 categories of product? And I would not share the answer now because no one is sharing with me. Okay? Please share your answer and which each one. And then we'll have a discussion. If someone shared, we can have a discussion next week. The buying process, it comes with the recognition, in which if the customer do not even know who you are or where you are, then they would never be able to make a decision process. So recognition. Search, is the brand provide an accessible way to search or to provide a specific product for the customer? Evaluation or choice. Purchase and post-purchase. So within this stage, the buyer decision process, we as marketers would have different strategies to improve the quality of this total buyer decision process. So within this sales funnel, we also apply the same theories. However, with this funnel, we do take a look at the awareness, interest, decision, and sales. We actually use this number to build the sales funnel and have the connectivities in order to improve the number of sales and the quality within our sales. So the first one, need recognition. It could be internal stimuli or external stimuli. The search, yes, information source. It came from the whispering from your friends. So if you want to purchase something, you ask your friends or your parents or within your connection, you would ask for advice for that specific product. The next one is commercial source. Came from advertising, commercial materials around you, public resource like newspaper, magazine, TV news, and experiential source. So based on your own experience, based on your perception of a brand, it came with the experimental sources. Evaluation of any possible alternative surround us. The buying power, whether or not they have the power to purchase the product and post-purchase. So within the stage, you would be able to find and understand the perception and the whole buying process within a brand. Yeah. And post purchase come with some of these funny case. For example, it could be insurance, it could be the after sales service or installation service, or even the consultations. So we thought the consultation usually come first, but during the post-purchase, if the customer have any problem and they need to readjust or the service or the product, we will need to do a post-purchase consultation with them. Okay. Okay, that will be all for the theories today. Anyone have any questions for me? And I can explain it. Anyone? At this stage, anyone have any questions for me?
Can you explain again about types of buying decision behavior?
So, as you can see here, there are several type of buying decision behavior. So, if you understand the definition for high involvement and low involvement.
Yes.
So, within these involvement, we need to distinguish whether or not our product or our brand, our product is it high or low involvement, and then if there any brand differences between the customer's mindset for your product. And then, for example, here the brand difference is high, which means they need to have a brand specialist or specialty. They have they require a specific brand for their product, and the involvement is high. So the type buying behavior, the buying decision behavior will be really complex, in which they'll be considered as difficult, and it's hard to persuade this customer, but it requires a lot of customer service, a lot of consultation in order to get a deal with this group of customer. If the involvement is high, the brand is low, the brand difference is low, which means it in the stage of dissonance reducing, in which we take a look at the dissonance reducing, in which we are now considering purchasing a different brand or purchasing the brand that seems to be convenient or suitable for you. Then, if the brand difference is high and the involvement is low, for example, you are, for example, like coffee shop, then the involvement is low. You can easily change or adjust or have a different choice with coffee anytime you want. But the brand difference is high, so you have some specific choice within your mind that you, even if it's low involvement, you have the preference of choosing it. So it's a variety seeking. So, for example, you have specific interest in Starbucks coffee or pour over type of coffee. So you will search for variety within your society or within your living environment to look for some of these specific type of pour over coffee. And then for habituals, you buy it because you have the you buy it because you usually buy it. That means you have the habit of purchasing that product for a long period of time, and you don't have this tendency to to change, or you buy based on your convenience. Is that clear?
Yes, I get it. Thank you,
Okay.
teacher.
Okay. Anyone else have any questions for me? Anyone? Okay, so if no one have any questions for me, I will wait for a bit more. If you have any questions, please send me a message and I can explain it for you. Okay. If not, that will be all for today. Thank you very much for being here today, and I'll see some of you later this week. And for the rest, see you all next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye, teacher.
Goodbye, teacher. Goodbye, teacher.
Goodbye.
Chào cô ạ.
Bye bye. Chào em.